Hello and welcome back to the Harrogate Town Sim to Glory career mode here on Dexterity Box. Yes, it's been a little while. I didn't forget about this series, but we got preoccupied with other stuff on the channel. But one of the things over Christmas, I said, what would you like me to bring back when I'm not doing live content over Christmas and the New Year? And the Harrogate Town career mode was something you guys wanted to see continued. Probably try and get 5 episodes of this in total because I usually do 5 seasons with the Sim to Glories. This is our 3rd. Let's see if we can improve this squad. We obviously failed to get promoted last season. We finished in the top 10 in our first season in League One, which was a very good achievement. But look at that squad. Upper 60s, low end 70. You know, they're all around 69, 70. We should be getting promoted with this squad. It's too good for League One. And because of that, we've also got a very big squad that we need to be looking at basically shipping out some older players. We're going to try and bring in some quality frees though. We are still looking to improve our experience. Players like Che Dunkley here, Wednesday Connection, can't do it unfortunately because he don't want to move to a league that's not competitive enough for his skills. We find a lot of that unfortunately. Jake Hesketh here would be great if we needed a cam. We don't. Alfie Whiteman, goalkeeper. We've just brought Wildsmith in on a free, 67 overall. Bit older than this, I think a couple of years older. But Alfie Whiteman, 23, 66 overall, will push him all the way this season. So I think if we bring him in and we have them competing for it, maybe if we bring in another keeper, we loan him out. We'll see. But there's a lot of this career mode you don't see, obviously. I play for quite a few hours and then condense it all down. We are looking at all sorts of players, seeing if we can actually get some ones in. I do try and keep the realism there, but we are in League One now. A load of you guys seem to want me to do like a Brexit style career mode. I'm not feeling that fully because League One does still, well currently anyway, have quite a lot of foreign players coming in. Players sort of like wanting a bit of money and wanting to try the English League out at the lower levels. So we are going to look at doing that, but not ridiculous. I'm not going to like bring in players that would never be found in the league. Younger foreign players want to come and prove it in the English leagues. We'll be doing that. We're also going to loan out players, as you can see here. We're loaning out players. And the development squad is something I really want to take advantage of. We have got so many young players because our focus of our money, we've got about 8 million transfer budget this season. We're not going to spend much of it. We're going to use it to reinvest in our youth because that's what the board wants. And look at Kirk Nicholson here. His stats scream cam for me. So I've got him training towards a cam. We change his position and 75 overall. Now we don't use cams in this squad. But I reckon if we change him to one, as we just have done, he'll fetch us some money at 75 overall because that is like lower end Prem, top end championship rating. So we're going to try and do more of that in the development squad and improve our worth. And yes, you have just seen a 75 rated player benched, but I can't fit him in. Lee Butchinen, left back. We do have some weak fullback positions. Right back's a little bit stronger than left back, so I would like to bring a couple of left backs in. Because we do have left backs, but they're all sort of lower 60s. I want to bring in some that are younger that can improve and see who gets the best out of it over the course of the season. Objectives. We've got domestic success very low and financial success quite high. Keep salary growth under 5%. I don't like that. That's going to be difficult. And they want us to sell youth players as well. So that's going to be a one we probably struggle with. Youth development though, because that's another high priority one. Maybe we focus in that one. Sign 3 players younger than 20 years with the potential, and then there's some long-term stuff. I wish it was a bit more domestic-based because I don't really want to spend money, you know? We've got that 8.5 million, but they're telling me not to sign players because it'll increase our salary. So I think instead we're going to look at youth-based players because we are trying to do that in this career, bring through youth. I'm also advancing through quite a bit. We don't need to do the training sessions, things like that. Just try and bring in players on a free because we could do with some lower end 70s just to bolster it and make sure we get promoted this season because I would like us to be a championship team by next episode. That would be absolutely awesome for us. We did just miss out. Well, we got top 10, didn't we? Ben Brereton is a player that could help us get there. But yet again, we've got players that rated 71. We've got to keep hold of them going off this because we can't bring any of these players in. They don't want to come to League One, which is fair, but we could have paid them more money. You know, we can't sign players over 70 rated apparently, which is quite annoying. But let's see if we can get the season off with a bang against Rochdale. Good side in the league, and it's a 2-1 loss. So not the best start, especially with the squad we've got. Hopefully that will improve over the course of the season. Tyler Walker, Coventry, 69 overall, younger than our current strikers. Yes, we've got strikers rated 69, but if we can get him for under 2 million, we have got a bit of money. I would like to bring somebody who's still got a few legs to improve, and we do just get the offer accepted for under 2 million there, 1.8. But wages, they could be an issue here. Importance, fine. 3 years is fine. No release clause, obviously, because we never do that. But 10 grand is an issue. That would upset our entire wage structure, especially because we've got better players than that on less money. So I am going to try and pull him down, but he is trying to stick at the 10 grand. And you know what? We've got the money for it, but it's principle at this minute. I want to keep it realistic. I don't want to upset our wage structure. And he says he'll think about it at 9 grand. That usually means he ain't coming. So let's try and sign another left back at 66 overall. So we've got even more competition for fullbacks. Dominic Thompson, 22 years old, 66 overall, important 4 years. Could be onto something with this one if he'll take about 3.5 grand, and he will. So we are keeping the wages. We're not low, but they are relatively low. QPR in the cup. Can we get something against QPR? Would be an interesting one. We can't, unfortunately, because we lose on penalties, which is not great for us because it drags us to a 120-minute match early in the season. Arimi B, young German centre-back, come and prove himself in the English League. 68 overall. He satisfies one of our youth objectives. We need 3 players with the potential there, under 20 years old. This lad has got it, and he will walk him to our first team. He'll be battling for a first-team centre-back spot, and I want that, and he'll take reasonable money for it. So that's what I like to see. We're definitely going to work on players like that. We've got Kian Slaw here. He's somebody who's come back 20 years old again. He could be one that we satisfy those objectives with, because the board are breathing down our neck a bit about them, and I can't satisfy both the financial and the youth one. But if we can do the youth one, that'll be ideal. Even if this guy's just sitting on the bench, he's better than some of the bench options we've got. So if he accepts rotation, that'll be brilliant. He does just that. He wants 3 years on his contract, which is also fine. He's 20 years old. We can take that. And we're going to offer him what is recommended, 3 grand a week, and he's happy to take that. So I'm happy with the way we're going. Salford City, going to be a test for us. Obviously, a lot of money in Salford for the league. 1-0 Harrogate. Decent. That's a good sign. I know they're a promoted club, so that probably won't be the best judge of it. But Oxford United is a draw. Pretty inconsistent results early on here, but Lewis Gray, look at this. We noticed that the other player we just signed didn't count towards our thing, so hopefully Lewis Gray does, but maybe 20 years old, maybe it needs to be under, not 20 and under. But Lewis Gray is Scottish, he's 68 overall, right midfielder, he'll walk straight into the first team. That's probably the best signing we've made in a little while, actually, because I think we're going to put him in place of Ward. As you can see, Ward's there, 69 overall. We will bring him into the squad, and you can see this squad is forming quite nicely. We've got a lot of fat to trim off it, but we're getting there as the wins start to come in the league early on. Now, we are a selling club, and Norwich have offered 4.5 million for Conor Kirby, and I know it's a sad time, but 4.5 million from Norwich, Harrogate Town would take that. We'd have to, so we've accepted it. We're probably going to lose Conor Kirby. We'll try and loan out Whiteman, do some decent business here. We can let go of Boyce as well for the write-off of 31 years old now. But remember, we've got youth players that can fill that void in the central midfield. Midfield is not an issue for us at the minute. We are fine in the midfield. And we've just got 3.2 million from a 4.5 million sale for Conor Kirby. Yes, we're not signing players this season, but if we do get promoted, hopefully we have a hell of a kitty to give it a go in the Championship, because we have been a selling club. We're playing a bit of Moneyball, Brentford style. And we are going to just go through now because we've done all the transfers. I'm kind of happy with where we're at. We're going to keep going through. I am looking at other players, but we get an offer for Josh Knight come in. It's not good enough. I do skip through a lot of this because we're looking at people we can sign on a free next season, or maybe bring in. The 66 rating is annoying me, so I'm going to have to bring in some more young players under 20 just to bump that up this season. But we are going to keep an eye on the squad as a whole. There's a lot of stuff goes on. I try and look at Manchester City players. I look at Fulham players. We're trying to bring in some loans, but they're always difficult. The results look pretty inconsistent. Lots of losses, lots of draws. So I have no idea what shape we're going to be in come January. But I do find this Riviera sort of November time in the season He is under 20 years old, 67 overall. He will no, he's 20 years old, sorry. But maybe he'll tick it off because for some reason, some of the 20-year-olds are counting, some of them aren't. But he will go towards that under 20 thing, hopefully. And once we get that, the manager rating will bump up a little bit. And we are going to spend some of that money we've got from Kirby. 63%, we need to sort that. We're going to spend some of the money on another youth scout, get some more players in because we need to start ramping up our youth system because maybe we'll do it the youth way. We'll actually sign players from our own academy and that way we'll satisfy the youth objectives that way. Now, the offer here for Kirk Nicholson, 75 overall, they're offering Carvalho, it's Fulham, and they're offering 12 million. There's no way in hell I'm saying no to that. We're not using cams. We're getting a cam coming back who's young enough anyway. Yes, obviously he's a lot better, the one we're sending out, but 12 million, you know? Let's do some contract maintenance. Now we've got 12 million extra. We'll sign Connor Wickham on another year. I'm happy to do that. We've got some players that we're going to try and keep hold of. Grant Ward, he is still competing for that right midfield slot, even though we're bringing in options. I do want to be loyal to players, you know? And like Jack Grimmer here, he's obviously stayed pretty consistent since we signed him from Wickham. And this is just the confirmation of bringing through that Carvalho lad. He's 20 years old, 64. He's still quality for this level. And we'll give him $5,000. It's a little bit more than we give our other players, but it's kind of the incentive of the deal, you know? We've just got 12.2 million going the other way. So January comes, time to assess the damage, and we are in 7th. Okay, that's not great. I expected us to be top 2. So let's see if we can strengthen the squad, maybe with some loans here. This Delap, 69 striker, 19 years old. I want a future fee of about 3.5 million. Come on, Pep. Nope, not happening apparently. So we're still going to look for some players. To be honest, on paper, the squad we've got should be doing a lot better. I found myself saying that this season in a lot of ways. But we are going to keep looking to strengthen for next season and this season. But I'm not going to spend ages doing it. We are going to skip through bits of the month because I still believe that this squad can do something. Maybe with 1 or 2 additions, we've just got to rely on our scouts finding the right kind of people. And the right kind of people might be Ryan Hardy at Blackpool. 69 overall, 25 years old. He is that sort of Tyler Walker mould. You always pay a little bit more in January. If we can pay about 2 million, I'd be happy for it. 2 million is what we're going to pay. 6'2", he's got flair, he's got pace, he can finish as well, so he's the kind of striker we want to bring in. Important, obviously. He'll be competing with Wickham and Jackson for that starting shirt. 3 years is fine. $5,000 a week. He's on 5.3. He'll take a pay cut to come to us, and he is going to be competing for it now. One of our first sort of bigger signings. Lasami here, back up for all the other strikers at the club, basically. He would be starting for us a season ago, but that's just the way the dice has fell. We are going to look at trying to improve that rating, and we do. It's 75 overall. We have signed the youth player quota, so there's going to be a little bit of pressure off me now, hopefully. You know, when we can kick on this season and put all that to the back of our mind and get these new players in, get them working well. We're still going to loan some players out, do all that off camera, keep an eye on the youth prospects, all of that. But I'm not too fussed. We're gonna get on with it and look at these wins coming in. You can see them flashing up. Apologies for the flashing, but we are definitely improving as we reach the end of the season. I think this might be it, you know. I think we might do it at this stage. It was a 2-1 win at Northampton, and we are looking, yes, we're second, and there's points between us. There's not long left to go, guys. 44 matches played, and we've got an 11-point cushion. I think we can just sim towards the end of the season, and that is the last match of the season, a draw. I think it'll be enough, and it is. Harrogate Town, 90 points. We're going to be a championship club next season, and let's be honest, it should have been the case. We've been very, very, very overpowered on paper. Player growth time, and Wildsmith has gone up 3 to 70 overall. What a keeper for this level and for the championship. 70, to be honest, will do a job for us. Whiteman went up to 67. Shea here, 67. Mundell Smith up 1 to 64. Left back, centre back. Lee Butchernan, the new signing, up 2 to 67. 12 appearances in League One. Dominic Thompson was our main man by the looks of it, up 2 to 68. So fullback's gone to one of our stronger positions. Mibi has played 29 times and gone up to 70 overall. What a signing he has turned out to be. Hassan, the younger player, has had 11 appearances, come through our youth academy. Hall, 62, he can go really. Ryan Innes is the same, he's not really improving. Raglan has gone up 1 despite being 30, so good season from him. Mark Roberts, 69 overall, stayed the same. Grimm has gone up 1, which is surprising. Urigidi up 1 on loan to 63, he's now a right back mainly. Donnelly up 3 to 74. One of our very, very, very potentially strong players. Slaw up 3 to 69. Impressed with that. Josh Knight, midfield, up 3 to 73. So we lost Kirby, but Josh Knight is still doing the bits in the midfield. And look at this. Edgar, up 11 to 72. We don't miss the sales of the players because the youth keeps providing for this team. Blake Scott, 66 overall on loan, not really doing better. Carvalho, I swear he was 64. Lennox has gone up to 66 as well. He's on loan, so loan spells are working for some players. Grant Ward stayed the same at 69, made 43 overall appearances, not bad. Gray, player signed this season, up 2 to 70. Only 20 overall appearances for us. 2 goals, not too bad. Riviera up 1 to 68, only played 7 times, scoring 1 goal, so hopefully we'll play him a little bit more. Jody Jones has played 3 times and gone up 1 to 69, so we'll be selling him by the looks of it. Jackson, a surprise of the season, up 3 to 72, 56 appearances and 20 goals in all competitions. What a player, and probably underrated by myself. Ryan Hardy up 1 to 70. He's actually played 39 times in League One, but obviously we signed him from a League One squad, so there's that in there too. Connor Wickham's gone up to 70. His old rating, which is good. Lasami stayed at 67, only made 4 appearances, and Boyce has somehow made 20 appearances for us in the league, going up 1 to 66. Probably going to have to get rid of him. Otherwise, the game is going to keep playing him. But that is the end of the episode. And this season, we are a championship club. Who do you want to see me sign for our first season in the championship? We've got, just so you know, our budget's at around 16 million. So we've got money to spend. This is going to be a proper rebuild. It's quite an exciting episode next episode. A rebuild of Harrogate Town with some money in the championship and some quality players to build around. You can see them on screen there. Pause it. See our weak spots. Suggest players in the comments. But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, and keep watching right here on Dexterity Box.